Long ago, far away, in a time before ours, creatures roamed about with magical powers, and a legend was told of a lovely fairy queen, a victim of a magic dark and obscene. I'll spare you the details of that horrible scene. A drop of blood fell sadly from her delicate feet and landed by chance on a pure white bedsheet. Everyone knows that the blood of a fairy makes mundane things become living and scary. Years later, there sat two beautiful queens staring like zombies at a small TV screen. The doorbell rang loudly. Someone was there. No guest was expected as far as they were aware. But when they peeked outside, to their great surprise, there sat on their doorstep a box-covered prize, and they tore it open to see what was inside. A blanket, said Naomi with a smile. Adara took it out of the box meanwhile. They took the sheet out, pure white display. But little girls have no use for such things, not this day. So they shot off together to have a good play, not knowing the secret that in the sheet lay. Now whenever there's mischief that affects us all, there must be a victim that's the first to fall. As you can see, the strange gift from abroad was not your typical gift from Santa Claus. Bewitched was this sheet which climbed up the stairs to catch Queen Naomi by herself unawares. It was hungry after 800 years packed away, so it helped itself to a scrumptious red-headed buffet, who became one with the creature to hunt for more prey. Queen Adara awoke as the hour grew later. The strangest of sounds began to rouse and awake her. Now all little girls around the age of 4 begin to be frightened of ghosts behind doors, and so it was with little Adara this night, as she went with her father back upstairs, full of fright. He'd surely protect her from ghosts out of sight. He placed his girl on his knee instead. He told her that ghosts existed only in her head, and then gently he placed her back in her bed. "Papa, oh Papa, I'm really quite scared." "Good night," he responded as he went down the stairs. Then a door crashing shut drove him back to the room, and he asked the sweet girl, "Did you make that boom?" But again the door moved by itself on the hinge, and though his eyes saw it, he refused to give in, and he went out of the room, leaving Adara to cringe. A few hours later she could bear it no longer. The frightening sounds and the voices grew stronger. She pleaded with Dad to please let her stay, but instead he sent Mama to take her away, since he needed his sleep for work the next day. Half dozing, the Mama took Queen by the hand until, seeing a ghost, she turned and she ran. "Help!" cried the woman. "That ghost is for real!" And she jumped back in bed as she gave a small squeal. So Papa the Fearless and Papa Protector determined to conquer the fantasy specter. They ascended once more to face down their fears. He was sick and tired of his girl's flowing tears. He checked for the ghost in the closet and drawer. He checked by the toys and got down on the floor. But when he looked up, his heart skipped a beat. And then Papa the Fearless became Papa the Weak. He screamed as he fled, leaving alone his daughter, then went back again, realizing he forgot her. Hide and seek was the game Papa practiced with pride, and he therefore knew just where they should hide, for the monster was coming and they were stuck inside. It was moaning and lumbering and growling and mean. It didn't care if you were fat or were lean. The monster then attacked. She was gone with a slurp. And finishing its meal, the ghost let out a burp. moved on to its next victim, the household to usurp. 2 girls were now by the creature enslaved, and soon comes the end of Papa the Brave. Onward the foul and heartless beast lumbered, knowing full well where the poor mamma slumbered. Lifting the sheet, the attack came quite swiftly. They struggled a while, but the beast was too beastly, and soon she was gone like a good bowl of chili. The last of the family, the smallest of all, to the monster little Keenan was just a tiny meatball. The beast approached his crib late that night. Keenan knew better than to try and to fight. He simply slipped off the sheet, and thus ended the plight. And the family was saved from this terrible night. But what of the sheet that caused all of this mishap? Well, some water and soap put an end to that trap.
From the family that finally conquered its fear,
Merry Christmas!